I'm Francisco Cua. I'm working at the accounting department in in the school, in the Bang School of Business.
Okay. Why you have been involved in that roundtable?
First, I received from Ken an email asking for volunteers, and so when I look at the email, it's about communication for development. So first word, communication, that's a magic word, and the other one is development, another magic word. So what I did was I replied to Ken saying I'm willing to be a volunteer.
What was the aspects that you feel was important, like during all these 2 days?
There are two questions that I think a lot about it. Number one is it's asking, does the mass media, communicate in terms of diversity? That's one question. The other question is about how does one accomplish the Millennium Goal, and through communication. Mm-hmm.
What information inside, like the name of the roundtable, would you like to contribute? And please take about 4 minutes to summarize, like overall, what you learned, what you find was like really touching and influencing you.
Mm-hmm. First is about the mass media. Do they satisfy? Do they communicate to the society in the form of diversity? And from the survey gathered yesterday, 29% say yes. And to me, that's rather a high number. But it also means that that is the maximum number. If I'm going to use certain theory like the diffusion of innovation, that's high. So it's like an S-curve. You have reached that 29%. And if you are going to increase that more, you have to create another S-curve, and that's quite difficult. So that's one lesson I have learned. Number two, there's also a discussion about the relationship between the mass media and the NGO, because that's how the that's how NGO communicate to the public through the mass media. And then it means that there has to be some relationship. And normally when we talk about relationship, we will think about interpersonal relationship between the people in the NGO and the journalists. Then we may also think about any professional relationship between the NGO and the newspaper and the mass media. The other relationship will be, aside from interpersonal, there will be some business. So probably there might be an advertisement paid for them to cover. So this kind of relationship, any of these one, all boils down to trust. And the question that came to my mind was, is there a trust that, that will cover the relationship between the NGO and the mass media? And the next question is, if there's none, does it mean that the mass media has some inadequacy when it comes to trust? And the other questions that, these are something like daisy chain. The other question will be, in what way will the academics, the higher institution, provide, the opportunity to enhance or to enforce integrity and fair play and ethical consideration on their students, so that later on when they go out to the society, they are really, you can say, ethical people or ethical citizens.
So it's like you are the representative of academical structure, and you find it also like a collaboration, right?
Yes, that's right. In fact, even as an academic, I'm in accounting, and to me, accountants have to be ethical men, and therefore it's always a question that first year we try to attract people to enroll in accounting. Second year, we try to filter. But the last year of accounting, theoretically, it should be how to mold them, how to transform them into an ethical man. So that's something that is also important, I think, in all the fields, especially in journalism and also in medical field.
Thank you so much. It was brilliant interview. I'm actually also a student of KIMEP, and I'm really interested in all of what you said.
The next session,
okay.
But then I'm leaving by about 12 o'clock.
Okay, have a good... Just a second, it's like, kind of video shooting, making, talking, and it's like technical stuff.
Will it be edited?
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes, I
Yeah, I'm first year student.
First year,
No, not first, fourth.
fourth year. I'm teaching students, in accounting, and we are doing and also the MBA students, we are also doing project, no final exam, because we are starting to work on the project starting this week, this coming week. So it's October, November for the reflection and all these things, so that in order to know what are their approaches to learning.